Do you know what makes you special? Follow and subscribe to the special Fallout series show now so you can find out. And enjoy the following episode of the special Fallout series show. Welcome back to another episode of the special Fallout series show. I'm your host, Mikey, and today I am giving you my instant reaction to Season 1, Episode 6 of Fallout: The Trap. All right, I just finished watching this episode, and my goodness, I'll tell you what. There is a lot of secrets being held by characters in this show. I mean, we got the overall secret and mystery of what's going on with the vaults, and who's running the vaults, who's in charge of the vaults now, who, we got the, we got the secret between a husband and a wife, right? Obviously, Cooper, he's wondering what the truth is behind the vaults and who's in charge and what's going on with these vaults. And his wife just doesn't want to reveal the truth. Barb is more, she's doing what she needs to do to keep her family safe, as she says. But, maybe she feels like she can't tell the truth, or, maybe that puts him in more danger. She's obviously in the know of a coming danger, or in the know enough that she fears that the danger is a lot more real than Cooper does. So there's a secret going on there. I mean, and then there's just the whole secret and mystery behind Vault Tech in general, and who's running it, what's going on with that. How are they handling the vaults? We got the secrets of what's happening in the present time with the vaults. The vault that Lucy and Maximus are in. I mean, there's a mystery going on there, and it's a whole secret. There's a whole level that they're not supposed to go to. You're not even supposed to talk about it. So secrets going on there. And then we saw the big secret for Maximus in the last episode, right, where it almost got him killed. Trying to hold on to that secret that he was a knight, that his knight died and he took over the armor. And then when he decides to reveal it, it almost gets him killed. Right? In fact, Maximus, he is the worst. He is the absolute worst at handling secrets. Not being able to get his story straight, not knowing when is a good time to lie, when is a good time to tell the truth. I mean, what in the world made him decide to tell the truth to the squire when he did in the previous episode, right? Again, almost got him killed. Then he continues. When he meets Lucy again, he's got a chance to tell her the truth there, and tell her that his name is Maximus, that he's not really a knight and he's not Knight Titus. But he decides to lie about that. Now, in this vault, he's got a chance with Lucy. They're bored. They're in a little quarantine. They got nothing to do. Lucy suggests they have sex. And then what does he do? Now he decides to tell the truth to Lucy. He's too scared. So he decides to tell the truth. Oh, he can't do that because he's a knight of the Brotherhood. What in the world? What is this guy doing? When are you going to handle your truths and your lies? And when, I mean, this would be the perfect time to go and, you know, tell the, not tell the truth. That, even if you really were a knight of the Brotherhood, this is the perfect time to lie and say, oh, that's perfectly fine if I do that. Even if it really was a rule that you're not supposed to do that, forget about it, lie about it, say, yep, that's perfectly fine with me. What is wrong with this guy, man? He cannot handle his secrets and his truths and, get it right when it is time to tell the truth and tell a lie. He totally screwed that up. Overall, yeah, this episode was really fun just because of all the mystery that just constantly running through this episode. And we see it, revolving around Cooper. We get it right from the beginning with him, shooting an ad for the vault. And then he is, as we kind of cut back and forth to him throughout the episode, we just like slowly find out more that, oh, yeah, he's working for Vault Tech shooting these commercials, but he doesn't really have any knowledge of what's going on. And in fact, he thinks like, this is all, not going to be a big deal. It's not that big of a threat. Where, his wife is very much scared that, the threat of a nuclear war is imminent, and then he's finding out, yeah, there's a lot of people around him who also feel the same way. So, he has to start doing some research of his own and digging into things. And, we end up seeing Moldaver again, only 219 years ago. So now there's this big mystery, right? What in the world? I mean, we have gathered that the ghoul, aka Cooper, has lived for 219 years because the radiation has turned him into a ghoul, and that's keeping him alive. But Moldaver, she looks the same as 219 years ago. So what in the world is going on with that? And not to mention, there's like a whole cult of this vault that takes in surface dwellers, that these surface dwellers in this vault are like, they're a cult that worships Moldaver. It's all very, very weird, very mysterious. Yeah, I don't know. This episode was a lot of fun. It's just a lot of again, I like that there's so much mystery going on here. I mean, it's just like the games. It's so cool that, there's all, as we're going along through the series here, they just keep adding more and more and more lore of stuff that has happened to our characters, is happening around our characters, is just happening in the world. So you really have to be paying attention, and it really, benefits you and rewards you for paying attention. So that is something that I really like about this show. And it's on, that is on full display in this episode. The other thing that we got in here is Lucy really, figuring out that, yeah, things are still not good on the surface. They're not good in the vaults. There still really is wars going on. Like, she finds the board that kind of shows the timeline of the war. that destroyed Shady Sands, and that was the uh, New California Republic. And yeah, I mean, she's just, again, that's again more secrets for her, where she didn't know any of this thing was happening on the surface. She didn't know the vault, she thought all vaults were like her vault, right? She had no idea that there was another vault that would be taking in surface dwellers. That these other vaults would know and have knowledge of what's been happening on the surface for the last 200 years. She's just in her vault. She's been kept in the dark this entire time. Yeah, just really, really fun stuff here that keeps you digging for more, and wondering what is going on, and what is going to happen. And again, as a game player, it is fun to see more mystery being built around questions that we've had for over 20 years. They're just adding to the questions, while they're also answering some questions as well, for game players. Like, there are some things that we have always wondered that are, they are giving us more details about. And so I absolutely love this. I mean, it's cool that, in the games you would always get the details of what happened pre-war, through just like talking to characters, and documents, and items throughout the game that you get, right. But now this is cool that we're getting like an entire TV show that is giving us even more of that stuff that we, as if you're a game lover of Fallout, these are things that you've always wondered, and you've always been theorizing about. And I think that is another really fun part too, is that they're still, at this point, again, I still have 2 episodes left to go, but at this point they're not giving us any full definitive answers, so we still have plenty of room to work with, to fantasize and theorize all the different things that may have led to this and caused this, and who's in charge, and who's pulling the strings, and who's working with who. Lots of really great stuff in here. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this episode. I'm really enjoying the series overall still. I can't wait to find out. Again, we end this episode on a big cliffhanger again, and I'm going to continue to bring it up in every one of these episodes, but yeah, it sure would have been great if this was a week to week show, because again, the way you end this episode, you know, it it lends to be just like great opportunity to be the cliffhanger where, oh, you finish that episode and now everybody's talking about it for the entire week, and they're fantasizing and theorizing about what that means and how it's going to affect things. It's just a bummer that's not how they decided to do it. But for me, luckily I'm kind of going through this slower than most all of you, so for me it's a cliffhanger because I probably won't watch this until the next episode, until another day or two. But I want to hear from the bingers, people who binge this show. Like, did you, as soon as you finished episode 6, did you move on right to episode 7? And did it even, did the feeling of, oh, that big cliffhanger at the end of episode 6, did it really register with you if you started episode 7, you know, 30 seconds later? I'd be curious to know how you feel about that. All right, well, leave that in the comments. That's my instant reaction to this episode. Again, a great episode, a lot of great acting. Um, again, our main cast was great in here. I loved seeing Matt Berry in here. He was hilarious, of course. A lot of our the vault dwellers who are, you know, originally surface dwellers, like Sherian Dabbis, if that's how you say her name. I thought she was great in this episode. Um, the guy that you would have thought was originally from the surface, but is, um, a vault dweller, and in fact the overseer, overseer Benjamin, Chris Parnell. It was funny seeing him in here and having the one the one eye. Just yeah, I thought he fit that character perfectly. Um, and then we get to see Walton Goggins' wife in the show, Barb Howard, played by Frances Turner. Frances Turner got to do a lot more in this episode, so I think that a lot of great acting by her. Yeah, just overall, everything continues to be good. The acting, the shots, the coloring, the tone, everything is still going great up to this point. So let me know how you felt about it up to this point. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave those comments. Podcast listeners, follow, subscribe, and leave a 5-star rating and a written review, because it really helps the show grow. And looking at the podcast numbers, there's a lot of you listening to the podcast, so I really appreciate that. We're getting close to the end here, but I still have a lot of content planned for once we finish, or once I finish. All of you are probably already finished. Once I finish this series, I got a lot more content planned. Okay, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned so we can keep talking about Fallout until whenever it is that we get the next season. All right, and thanks for listening to the show, where we know what makes you special, and it is listening to the special Fallout series show.